Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video, we're going to talk about everything you can do to min-max your Primal Lord Cinderwings score to get the highest score possible. Now, the most important thing related to your score is going to be your resonating level. And to get your maximum resonating level, you want to clear all the way to AFK stage 900 and then also clear the Legend Trial Tower to floor 80, because by doing this, you're going to unlock some season EXP from your season quests. That is a pretty important factor. The other thing that is important to do is using your instant AFK attempts. Now, you don't have to use all of the paid ones, the diamond ones, but I would still probably recommend at least the 50 and 100 diamond ones. And when you are at a higher resonating level, you're just consistently going to break the score thresholds. For example, even at lower level of upgrades, once your resonating level is high enough, almost everyone is going to be hitting 19 billion damage or higher. So you just want to aim to try to reach level 600 before the end of the Primal Lord, because that is going to set you up with your maximum basically potential, and then you're just going to send your runs even if it is on the final day. Now, of course, on top of that, equipment is also very important. Now, the thing about equipment is you don't have to craft the highest level of equipment for all of your different classes. The key classes are going to be actually only support, rogue, if you're using Zanie, marksman, but if you're using Ravion or Valara, you don't even need to worry about marksman, and then warrior. Those are the 4 classes with Zanie. Without Zanie, it's just 3 classes, support, rogue, and warrior. Everything else can be lagging behind you. Is not a priority to level it up. But for example, for the level that you're at, you can just try to boost all of your equipment of these 3 to 4 different classes to the maximum possible. And actually what I'm doing though, and just a tip in general, is crafting 590 level equipment is very expensive compared to 580. Like 580 is only at 300 or so of this crystals, but it's 900 just to craft one piece of 590 level equipment. So even though I've saved a lot because I haven't used it, I'm just not going to do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until I'm all the way level 600, because you're going to again have to craft level 600 equipment, and that's also expensive of 1000. So I'm just going to wait for level 600. I'll leave everything at 580 up until we make it to 600, and then you're just gonna cap it all out, at least in these classes that we mentioned, which are marksman, rogue, support, and warrior. Now, the other important thing, of course, is charms. Make sure every single hero on the optimal best team you're running has their charms fully crafted, their purple charms, to maximize their just damage output, because every little bit is going to count. Also, another important thing is your artifact. So the best artifact for the top teams is going to be Star Bless spell. Now, Blood Moon spell is also working, and it is the free-to-play version. But if you have an Inspiria monthly running, even the diamond one, you're going to unlock the Star Bless spell, because you're going to have like basically 1 week ahead of everyone on the season handbook rewards, milestones, and so that is really important. So, but obviously you only have control over that if you are a spender or a light spender. But if you're a light spender, getting just like, you know, the $5 per month diamond pack Spirit monthly is going to unlock that for you, and it also is a valuable thing to be purchasing. So it's just if you just want to min-max from that way as well. But don't worry, if you have to run Blood Moon spell, that's fine as well. Okay, now let's just go ahead and recap the top teams. Now, the thing about these top teams is that it can either be Star Bless spell or Blood Moon spell. If you have Star Bless spell, you should definitely be running it. If you have Blood Moon spell, that's fine, and you can run the Blood Moon spell. Now, as for the team formations, this is the Zanie team. Make sure you are running these optimal teams, which you probably are, because they're the same teams I basically recommended from basically the first video we made on the top Primal Lord teams. Nothing has changed. The meta hasn't evolved in terms of teams, because VN server basically really optimized that. So this is the Zanie team. You guys can see it on the screen and note it down, or basically save this formation if you don't already have that. This is the kind of consistently top performing team. However, you need to have Supreme level, like basically Mythic plus Zanie, and then you just boost her to Supreme with Acorns, and have her like +5, +10 exclusive equipment. People have run it even with like a Legendary Zanie, but then it's probably not the best option for you, and you should be running the Ravion team. But if you're Mythic +10, or even maybe +5 exclusive equipment, that is kind of the break point where Zanie may be the better option, is actually usable. So that is the thing about Zanie. Then you have the this team. This is going to be with Ravion, and this is still very solid. And if you have Ravion built to Mythic Plus or above, then this is going to be a very good team for you, and it's competing for the top ranks as well. And in fact, it just really does come down to RNG. We're going to run both side by side, and you're going to see that the difference between them is not that much, and it just really relates to the RNG and your resonating level and all the other min-maxing steps that we talked about. But the advantage of this team is then you don't have to worry about your marksman equipment at all, because you don't have any marksman in the team. You just have more consolidated classes in this team. So this is the other team, and you can run it with Blood Moon or Starblast, like we said here, just to briefly show you. You can run it with Blood Moon, and it is just going to be a little bit worse than Starblast, but Starblast is the best option if you have it. And then finally, the Valara team, which is still a good option. Just note that the pink twin is on the right and blue twin on the left rather than the other formations. And you're going to have, basically you can remember Blood Moon or Starblast. Again, Starblast will be better. But if you don't have Ravion Mythic Plus, you don't have Zanie Mythic Plus, then this may be the best option that you can run. And again, just get the charms on everyone. And that is basically it. So let's go ahead and now run the top team. We have Zanie a bit on the boosted levels. And now you're going to see, to get those top scores, once you reach to around about level 571 or even 581, that is when you are going to be getting and breaking through to the higher point threshold, because all it takes is to kill the egg fast enough in the first two cycles of it, because then you're going to have high uptime of the egg on the third cycle, and you'll actually be able to fully burst it. And so the people who are getting 19 billion scores, like, look at this, look how quick we bursted now compared to like the early days of this Primal Lord. So this is what you need to happen. And if you just have 1 or 2 extra seconds on the final third egg cycle life, that is going to be enough for you to just burst it and get that third egg actually popped and cleared. And then the only RNG will be based on your bird damage, because the egg damage is going to be the high damage contributor, but the damage onto the bird also has a bit of RNG in your crits and everything and damage timing, but it's hardly any damage. So it's just going to be like, you know, some people are going to be 18.8 billion, some are going to be 19.2 billion, and that's basically going to be all the variants here. Wow, my Zanie actually lived, which is crazy, because before I hit this resonating of 581, Zanie never lived. But here she's actually alive, and we're going to have the egg. We just need to burst it as fast as possible, and we don't have that much uptime of it, but we still pop it, and there you see it. Look, 18.7 billion damage on our first run, and that is because of the perfect 3 egg cycle. We got a perfect 3 egg clear, as you guys saw there, and then the only RNG that is left is basically your damage output onto the bird boss, not including the egg. So that was really good. Overall, and basically very impressive. We're rank 3, which is not even the top rank of my district, and then that will just come down to a little bit of RNG, as we mentioned. So we're going to go ahead and boost the levels of Zanie, and we can do a couple of skip runs. I'm going to now do the Ravion team, and I'm going to show the Ravion team in full, because again, I want to see, is the Ravion team also capable of killing that 3 egg cycle, getting the full 3 egg clear? Oh, okay, I should have boosted Ravion's level, but isn't that big of an issue? Like, the difference between 581 level and 587 level is hardly anything, because really 581, 591, those are the big break points. But of course, I should have boosted Ravion's level, but more importantly will actually be the RNG that we can find here. And of course, if you can wait for later in the day and you can get that boosted level onto your carrier, like if you had 591 on Ravion and Zanie, that's going to be a big difference. So we kill the egg pretty quick, although not as quick as the Zanie team. So I'm already a little bit worried that unless we get a really fast clear on the second egg's life, we might not have enough time on the third egg to actually burst it. And that's going to be the only difference. It just comes down to how much time do you have on the egg's lives, and then in addition to that, how much damage are you able to get off during the bird phase. So we have 27 seconds, we're going to pop it, and so probably like 2 seconds left is when we're going to have the final egg, because basically the boss remains here for 25 seconds, then he flees, and then you're able to attack the egg. The good news, the whole team is going to be surviving that burst damage, but like 2 seconds of the egg, unless we get crazy like damage timing or something, we're not going to be able to pop this egg. Yeah, as you see, we didn't pop the egg, and that's going to be all the difference. But the thing is, right, when we get to level, like fully capped out level 600 resonating level, that's going to be like a big difference, along with the equipment as well. That probably what's going to happen is we are going to be, even the Ravion team is going to be consistently scoring high and probably getting the full 3 egg cycle clear. But as you see right now, Zanie definitely is the more stable and consistent option. So let's go ahead and do one final run with the Zanie team. Let's see if we can cap out our RNG even by a little bit. My rank 1 is 18967. That's a really good score. And even 18829 is very good. And the player who's ranked 2 right now, I am almost certain he doesn't have a Paragon Zanie. If anything, it's probably a Supreme Plus, maybe Paragon 1. I don't even know if it's plus 20 exclusive equipment. Basically, a lot of it now will just come down to the RNG. But as our levels continue to increase, it is going to be more and more consistent, and then it will just come down to the RNG of the damage of the bird phase, and in which case maybe Ravion will then take the crown back again from Zanie once we cap out level 600. We'll have to wait and see. Because then, yeah, basically when both are consistently getting the full 3x cycle, then the damage output onto the bird phase might be a bit higher in the Ravion team. So that's basically the thing to keep in mind. But anyway, guys, hopefully this is helpful. If you have any other tips for the Primal Lord, feel free to share them in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. If you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Firelight store. There is a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.